Good afternoon or good evening, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of the Sports Report with Gary Patterson and I. First of all, we're going to start off by reviewing our last week's picks.
Okay.
Week 9 it was, and I hate to admit this, folks, but Gary nosed me out.
Yes, I did. Yeah. You've been tough to gain ground on. I have had three pretty good weeks in a row.
You're closing in on me.
I closed a little bit, but I'm still behind.
So anyway, Gary had 9 right and 4 wrong. And remember now, we include the spread in our guesswork
Picking against
here.
the spread, absolutely.
And I had 8 right and 5 wrong. And we both had the win on our best bets.
We did date, yeah.
In fact, I think, Gary, I'll have to look back on this, but this was week 9. I think there was only one time we had a wrong number on our best bet.
I think that's right.
I don't think you're going to do much better than us.
Right. You should be betting our picks.
We should be.
Yeah.
We got to get somebody to bankroll us.
Yeah, that's right. We need some venture capital.
Some money. Somebody to put some skin in the game. So this week, we've got some good games and some horrid games here.
Okay, yeah. Like every week, really.
Yeah. This week more so.
Yeah.
The first game up is Seattle, and they're in Arizona.
Ooh, Thursday night.
Yeah, and it's a 6-point spread.
Wow.
I like Seattle, but I don't like 6.
I think that's too many points. I really do. I'm taking Arizona.
You're going to go with Arizona. Well, I hate Arizona, so I'm going to have to go with Seattle. But
okay.
I'm doing it with mixed emotions.
Yeah, I know. Both of these teams have been disappointments at their various times.
Up and down.
Yeah.
Oh, Minnesota in the next game.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, folks, that's tomorrow night, Thursday night.
Thursday night football. Yeah.
Sunday, we got Minnesota in Washington.
Yeah.
And Minnesota is the 1.5-point favorite.
Right, that's a bit surprising. Washington, short week. They played Monday, right?
Yep.
And they're banged up.
They are banged up.
Really banged up.
But
I like Jay Gruden, but they're at home.
Yep.
They're in a kind of a desperation situation. I'm going to take Washington.
You and me both, buddy. In fact, I got them on my short list for the best bet.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Now, here comes my worst game, just about. Chicago at home, 5 points over Green Bay.
Yeah, Green Bay, I mean, they look terrible.
They're the walking wounded.
You know what? They are a team. It's just, you realize how dependent they are on their quarterback. That's all they got. They got Aaron Rodgers.
Do you know that I could make an argument for him being the best player in the National Football League.
And the MVP, because without, if Brady goes down, the Patriots could still compete, right?
Yeah.
But they lose Rodgers, and they're terrible.
King Philip could beat him. Tell
me why their defense is different. That is worse after Rodgers went down. Come on.
Oh.
So they have been awful.
By the way,
Chicago.
This is a shout out for King Philip. Congratulations, you guys.
Yeah.
They're undefeated still.
Yeah.
Yep. Good work. What do we do with this, Gary? Chicago's
laying
5.
They've won a little bit, but they're bad. Laying 5. I gotta take Green Bay to at least cover this 5 points.
Yep. You know what? Me too. I just can't play Chicago.
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
Yeah.
Well, here's another chomper. Pittsburgh, 10 over Indy in Indy.
It's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points.
Yeah.
Brissett played well last week.
Yeah, he's playing well, but still,
Pittsburgh is a big, tough team. But are they 10 points tougher?
They're coming off a bye week, though, right? Didn't they?
Yeah,
have a bye
I
think
don't
they
know.
did.
I'm not sure of that.
week? They didn't
But
play
anyway,
last week. Yeah,
Oh.
they're coming off the bye
No,
week.
all right.
They were not on this
Well,
last week.
you know
so
what?
They've had some
If
rest
that's
to
the
heal up a
case-
little bit.
yeah,
I'm going to take Pittsburgh to cover that 10 on the road. It's a lot. 10 on the road is a lot in this league. But
I'm going to go with Indy. Indy's been good to me.
Indy has been good. They've been covering, I think.
Yeah. Well, here comes a good one. Another mind bender.
Yeah.
Jacksonville at home, 4.5 over the L.A. Chargers. Philip Rivers Incorporated. Is he getting any more magic left?
I don't think so.
Now, Jacksonville is they're rounding into a fairly solid team.
Yeah, they're coming along. They got a lot of young talent.
Yeah.
I'm taking Jacksonville
Yeah,
at
you and me
home.
both. I don't like that because I like the Chargers and I like Philip Rivers.
Not crazy about the
I mean,
4.5.
anybody that's got 7 or 8 kids, I get a lot of admiration for them.
Yeah.
Well, now here we go again. New York Jets, 2.5-point favorites over Tampa Bay and in Tampa Bay
Yeah, the
at
Jets.
Raymond James Stadium.
Jets have been a surprise. They've played what? You got to hand it to them. They show up to play.
And Tampa Bay's got a surprise too. Winston's shoulder fell off.
Is he out?
Out for at least 2 weeks.
Oh, that changes. I don't even know who their backup is.
I don't know, Joe Nobody.
Yeah. So the Jets, they've been playing well. Isn't this about when the Jets just their bubble breaks?
I don't know. The thing with the Jets is they get a pretty fair defense.
Yeah.
And I can't see Tampa Bay doing a whole hell of a lot without
Yeah.
Winston. I'm going to
Yeah.
go with the Jets.
I am too, actually. It's only a field goal, right?
You know,
Do you think the Jets can win the game? Yes.
I think so.
The points
I think
don't
they can.
matter. Yeah,
Yeah.
2.5.
I just don't see Tampa Bay putting up a lot of points.
Yeah.
Then again, I've been wrong. Before, Tennessee at home, 4.5 over Cincinnati.
I'm on Tennessee.
You know, Cincinnati is burdened with the worst coach in either professional football or college football.
Yeah.
And
so you're taking Tennessee?
I'm taking Tennessee too.
Okay.
Now,
Yes.
New Orleans, 2.5 over Buffalo, up in Buffalo.
Yeah. New Orleans has been a real surprise to me. And I think they're legit.
I do too.
I think they're legit.
I do too. And I'm
They got 2 rookies in the secondary that they draft. I was reading an article on them the other day. These 2 rookies are playing very well.
Yes, sir.
Safety and a corner.
yeah. Yes.
First and
yeah.
second
In
round
fact, I
pick.
read about that.
Yeah.
I got to go with New Orleans, and I got to tell you something. I think that's going to be my best bet. Now,
It's not going to snow up there, is it?
yeah, well, you see, there's one of the monkeys in the deal. Who knows?
I got to go New Orleans too.
All right.
I kind of like them too.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Now, oh boy, Detroit at home, 12.5 over the hapless Cleveland Browns. Oh boy, you know, Cleveland, if they go without a win, they're going to be all set to grab
Yeah.
another quarterback.
Yeah, they can trade out of the pick again.
Yeah,
I'm going to take Detroit. I
to
think-
cover. Oh boy,
I just
13
can't pick.
points. Ooh,
I know.
boy.
It's at home though. You know, you
Yeah,
can see them rolling
you know
it up.
what? I can see them rolling it up.
They
Yeah.
lost a couple tough games. They
That's exactly right.
need to kick that offense into
And
gear.
I think they're going to come out with a little vengeance.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I think Cleveland's going to be in the short end of that stick all day.
So you're taking Detroit as well.
Yep. Well, the LA Rams, 11 over Houston. Now, that's a lot of points.
That
but
is a lot of
look
points.
at the people on the sidelines for Houston.
Yeah. I got the Rams.
Yep, me too.
They are also much better than I thought they were going to be. this
Mucho
year.
better.
Oh, man.
They get a quarterback.
Yeah.
Now, here's a mystery.
Ooh.
Boy, oh boy. Atlanta at home, 3 over Dallas.
Which Atlanta team is going to show up?
Which Dallas team's going to show up? The
Right.
one with Elliott or the one without?
Right.
That's in the hands of a judge now, from what I. the last I heard anyway, they were pleading before a judge to give them.
Yeah. And Dallas, did they play Monday night or was it Sunday night? They played one of those nights.
Sunday night.
Yeah.
And that was a hell of an exhibition.
It was.
Sunday night.
It was a good game.
Boy, oh boy, did they ever come on strong.
Right. So they're just so inconsistent.
However,
I don't know if they can sustain.
One bounce the other way, and Kansas City would have been in that game.
Absolutely.
By the way, that was a great play at the end of the first half.
Yeah,
that was
it really
well
was,
drawn up.
yeah.
Those two blockers out in front of the little speedster.
Yeah.
That was a nice play.
That was amazing. He made a couple of nice moves even after. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going with Dallas. I mean, you know what? I'll tell you my confession here. If the points were the other way around, I'd still play Dallas if they were a 3-point favorite.
I'm going to play a hunch and go with Atlanta at home.
I know that.
they
You were
need
always a big Bird fan.
Not really, but they need to, they need to step up.
Well, here's two teams that need to step up in the next game. Mm-hmm. New York Giants, 1-point favorite out in San Francisco.
Yeah. San Francisco has to win a game sometime.
You just keep saying that.
I keep saying that. It never works out.
No, but you know what? The Giants, I mean, well, I
Some
tell
people picked them for the Super Bowl before the year.
yeah, there was some serious consideration. They were at least regarded as a playoff team.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I'm going with San Francisco just because of Jimmy G.
Yeah, I am too. I think they might win.
You know, he may just give them a lift.
Yeah, maybe.
And it may be more psychological than anything else.
Yeah.
But the Giants are flat as pancakes.
They certainly are.
I've got to believe that there'll be a new coach and a new quarterback in New York
I do too.
after this is over.
I do too.
Now we have a tough one.
Yeah.
The Patriots 7.5 over Denver in Denver. Now, Denver's got some quarterback problems.
Yeah. To think, you think over the last 20 years, at any point to think that they would have a spread where the Patriots were going to Denver and being favored by 7.5 points is just ludicrous, right? And here we are. And Denver has been awful.
Yeah, I mean, they go 0 for 2 as far as quarterbacks are concerned. They got
Right.
2 duds. But here's something interesting. I was looking at it in the paper today. Patriots have won something like 12 straight road games.
Yeah, they've been very good on the
Yeah.
road. And they've also been very good against the spread on the road the last 2 years. So they're coming off the bye week. They're, healed up a little bit. Denver, I mean, they stink. And their defense almost looks like they've packed it in.
One player on defense that I can think of that
Yeah.
I would want on my team
Yeah.
right now.
So I'm going to take the Pats.
You wild and crazy guy.
Hopefully get a late field goal to make it a 2-score game.
I would like really to take a dispensation on this game and not make a choice so that I don't have a loss.
Yeah, it's not allowed.
I'm going to take Denver. I think the
Wow.
Pats will win, but that 7.5, I'm
It's
not
a
sure
lot.
the Pats will cover it.
It's
I
a
can
lot.
see this one being 30-27. No, maybe not that much, 23-20 or something like
If
that.
the Denver defense shows up.
That's it. Von Miller they've got to juice him before
Yeah.
the game. He's going to have one hell of a, he's going to
Yeah.
be the whole defense. But he's the kind of guy that can upset the Patriots' game plans because they're going to have to double team him.
Yeah,
Ain't one guy on that Patriots lineup that's going to be able to handle him.
I think that's true.
Carolina at home,
Yeah,
9 over Miami.
on Monday night.
Yeah, this is the other game that I was actually going to suggest to you that we have 3 best bets. Carolina, it seems to me, is going to slaughter Miami.
Well,
Up in Charlotte,
Yeah.
their defense showed me something last week.
Yeah.
And it's, 3rd or 4th best in I think against the rush, or is it against the pass?
well,
They got a good defense, let's put it that way.
yeah,
Miami, I don't think they have a good anything.
they don't at this point.
No.
It's a lot of points, though.
Yeah, 9
It's
is
a
a
lot
killer.
of points.
But you know what? It's at home.
It is. At
So
home.
there's 3 points that they've been given. So it's. I'm going with Carolina.
Sounds like you're going with Carolina. You know what? Just to keep this interesting, I'll take Miami.
Who's going to
Hope they cover those points.
play quarterback for them?
For who? Miami?
Miami.
Cutler.
Is
he here?
Cutler? Is he all set now?
I think so. He
All right,
finished
so
the game
not going
last
to
week,
be
I think.
Matt Moore.
I don't think so. I'd be
No.
okay if it was.
Yeah, yeah,
Quite frankly.
yeah. The best bet, partner.
Yeah, there's a number of interesting things to choose from here.
I'm not going to be talked out of New Orleans.
You're going to take New Orleans
Yep.
up in Buffalo.
All right.
You've been on them a number of times.
I have. And I have an announcement for you.
Hold it. I didn't take Buffalo.
Oh, all right. Oh, I'm sorry.
You said you were taking New Orleans up in Buffalo.
Oh, okay. I thought you said I'm on Buffalo.
No.
Okay.
No. I think I am going to take, just so we can finish this, I am going to take, I'm going to take Tennessee at home against Cincinnati. I can't stand Cincinnati.
I got to tell you something. Cincinnati, you probably have made the best bet of the entire year because Cincinnati just can't stink enough.
Yeah.
I mean, give me
Terrible.
a break.
Year
Now,
after year.
now the only thing they can do to show any spunk at all is have a wrestling match.
Yeah. All right, well, it's official.
It's
We've
official.
got our picks in.
That's it. We're done.
Okay.
Now let's start some other stuff here.
Some other stuff. What's going on?
Well, I have made my pick. It's official.
Okay.
The 2 best referees in the National Football League are Pete Morelli and Gene Steratore.
Okay, I'm not going to disagree with that. I think they're both good.
Gene Steratore has more fun refereeing a game. He's always laughing with the players or just
Yeah.
laughing.
Yeah.
But he's a good referee, and those guys don't mess with him.
Yeah, that's important, actually.
Yeah. And Morelli has been around for a long time. I like Morelli, too, because he's not afraid to say, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Come here, boys.
Let's straighten this out.
Let's get this one right. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
he's been around 21 years, referee.
21?
Yeah, Steratore's been 15. So I just thought I'd make that announcement for you.
Okay.
Now, I have a test for you.
A test.
Yep.
This is only a test.
Who said this? Smoking cigars is like falling in love. First, you are attracted to its shape. You stay for the flavor, and you must always remember, never, never let the flame go out.
I'm going to say Red Auerbach.
Winston Churchill.
Winston Churchill. That's my second guess.
I have a book
That's a good one.
at home. It's got to be 500 pages of Winston Churchill quotations.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go to that a lot.
I'll bet.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Yes, I do.
And the answer, well, I was reading something, it said, do you believe in ghosts? The answer, no, but I'm afraid of them. We're gonna talk about ghosts, I think, on our next show.
Okay.
We're gonna carve off some time. Boy, I hate to, I'm just gonna tease you folks. I have met a lady that is a clairvoyant.
Really? I'm
It's-
into that.
Scares me.
Yeah.
I know she's telling me the truth because it's about my own family. And on that note, I talked to her, and she said, "Yeah, I'd go on your show."
Huh.
So it's going to be you and me because I know you're a ghost star.
Oh, I'm into it.
All right.
So we have a special guest star? It'd be like a little side trip
yeah,
for us?
it'll be a Bill
ghost
Crane
show.
special sports show.
Yeah.
Special show.
Yeah.
So anyway,
in the Halloween spirit. A little
Actually,
late, but-
this is actually going to happen sooner rather than later.
Okay.
I had quite a talk with her last weekend. And I got to
good.
tell you something.
I would love to talk
There's
to her.
no way she's making this stuff up.
No.
Yeah.
I have experience with similar people, personal experience.
Wow. All right. We got some stories to swap. Great. All right. What is sancocho and mangui and arroz blanco and habichuela guisadas? Those are the national dishes of the Dominican Republic.
Is that right? Wow.
Seven meat stew, plantain mash, white rice, and stewed beans.
Huh.
Those.
Seven meats.
Yeah, they got some more stuff here too.
I think if I could think of 7 meats. How far down the food chain we were going.
I know it's pork, chickens, and after that, I don't know what else.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I thought
Okay. As long as we're not getting down to like, dogs or something.
Yeah.
I'm good. Time we get down to number 7.
Those are at the 5-star restaurants.
Yeah. What's number 6 and 7 on this list?
It is
Probably rabbit.
tostones, which is fried plantains, and habichuelos con dulce, sweet cream of beans.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
I'd give that a shot.
I like cream corn.
I do too.
Yeah. Well, we're pretty classy guys.
Yeah.
Vin Scully was quoted as saying, "I won't watch the NFL anymore."
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hooray for Vinny.
Good for him.
I think
Taking
he's
a
all
stand.
right.
Yeah.
A.J. Green and Jalen Ramsey. Did you happen to see that?
No, I read about it.
You did?
and,
It's you better take a look at it.
Yeah, I'll find it online and take a look.
Oh
at it.
yeah,
I did want to see that.
Yeah, just punch that in on Google and
Yeah.
it'll come up. It's quite a little tussle,
Yeah.
and for them to only get a fine,
Yeah.
it just doesn't seem. Well, I'll let you see.
Well, they're inconsistent.
Yeah, they are.
Certainly inconsistent. I mean, you don't know what they're going to rule on these things.
You don't.
Whether it's an
This-
appropriate penalty for that or a catch in the end zone. You just don't know.
yeah. Hockey.
Yeah,
Blake
nice sport.
Wheeler.
Blake Wheeler?
The Winnipeg Jets is now number 3 in scoring in the league. 5 goals, 16 assists, 21 points.
16 assists.
And he had an excellent year last year. But the Bruins let him go.
They
A
pretty much did.
casualty of the salary cap.
Yeah,
Where would we play him, they said.
right. Didn't have a spot.
So then I
spot
wrote
there.
here, a casualty of the salary cap. No. Another example of pitiful lack of competence and mismanagement.
Yeah,
These people don't know how to work the salary cap.
right,
It's as simple as that. Here's a guy that played in the All-Star game last year.
right.
Yeah.
Didn't play to that level when he was here, though.
No, he didn't.
He was good.
But-
He had his
Yeah,
moments.
but he was skinny.
Yeah,
Now he's 6'5" and 230.
Yeah.
And now he's much different player.
so we should have seen that coming.
I don't think we should have given him away because
Yeah.
when his original rookie contract was up, he gets that semi-free agency.
Yeah,
restricted. Yeah,
restricted, yeah.
And we just said no, see you later.
See, yeah, didn't non-tender him. Let him go. Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. Papa John's pizza joint blames NFL for weak pizza sales.
Yeah.
NFL leadership has hurt Papa John's shareholders, said the chain CEO John Schnatter in a call with analysts yesterday. This should have been nipped in the bud a year and a half ago.
Well, he's certainly paid a lot of money to be identified with the NFL.
sure
no
did.
question about it.
And they're down, depending upon the numbers that you look at, they're down 15%
Yeah.
in some markets.
Have you ever had a Papa John's pizza?
No,
I don't believe I have
not
because
around
there's
here.
none around
No,
here.
no.
Right?
But
I know of.
they're popular as hell. And they all come from that one area out in Michigan. All of them were born out there.
Yeah,
I think 3 of them. I know Pizza Hut was born there.
yeah.
And the delivery one, Domino's.
Yeah, I think that's right.
And here's the most Italian area of the USA, Massachusetts and Rhode Island. We didn't
Yeah.
hatch any of those things.
I know.
Boy.
And we have a lot of great pizza, but it's not franchised.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. Some of the pizza.
Family-owned shops.
I think it was in the Continental in the North End. That was the best pizza I think I ever had in my life.
You can still find good pizza in there.
Yeah. Well, I got some information for you.
Yeah.
Tyrod Taylor
Tyrod Taylor.
is destined for greatness
You think so? Mm-hmm.
in the Canadian Football League. I think his act would go well up there.
It probably would, actually. That's probably not a bad idea.
And that's where he's going.
Yeah.
Either that or he's going to make a career change to a D-back because
Yeah.
he stinks as a quarterback.
Yeah, it's not
I have
working.
officially dumped him.
Okay.
He's gone.
You must have had them last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm yelling at the TV watching him, and
He's not the real deal.
he's not the real deal.
No.
And they've screwed around long enough with him.
Right.
I think they screwed around 1 year too long with him, to be honest with you. You're waiting for this kid to develop, and he's not.
Not happening. Yeah.
No.
Cut your losses.
Brock Osweiler is going to star in another episode of Back to the Future.
Yeah.
He's getting like Freddy Krueger. He's just crawling out of that grave all the time,
Yeah.
different places.
Well, that's one of the main reasons I like the Pats next week.
Yeah, I just boy,
Osweiler stinks, and we've played him before. Bill's prepared for
yeah,
Osweiler
Bill
before.
will pick his pocket.
Yeah,
I think.
I hope so.
Jimmy G, what's going to happen?
Yeah, I think he's going to end up staying in San Francisco.
Oh, I think so.
They're going to rebuild that franchise.
Yeah.
They got Shanahan out there.
John Lynch he's a smart
yeah,
boy.
they're going to. Yeah, and they've got cap space. I mean, they've got to spend it wisely, but they have it.
I don't think he would have made this trade unless there had been some backdoor conversations. There's got to have been.
Well, they've got enough room to franchise him if they have to.
Yeah.
So they've got plenty of cap space
Yeah.
to franchise him and still be able to make other moves.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
And
I
then
think
again,
they're
it
gonna,
all depends on how well he does.
Yeah.
What if he?
Now that's being said, they're going to have a top 3 pick at the worst,
Exactly.
right? And there are a couple quarterbacks coming out that some people think, between kids at USC and
I get a tough time seeing them give up a number 2 for Jimmy G, and then saying, "Okay, now we're going to take a quarterback at number 1."
Well, they could franchise Jimmy G and trade him. Because a
Yeah.
team like Cleveland
But
would
then,
have enough money for a franchise Jimmy G. But they're another team. They got so much cap space, they don't know what to do with it all.
then
They got to try to get to the floor, never mind the ceiling.
then teams are going to say, "Nobody wants Jimmy G.
Yeah.
How come?"
What's up with Jimmy G?
Yeah, and his market comes right down.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And Bill resigns him in 3 years.
To back up Brian Hoyer,
Yeah. To replace Tom Brady.
Deshaun Watson, torn
Yeah,
ACL.
It's a shame. Kid was really emerging.
Here's a kid that I watched to show you that my life was totally in the toilet. I watched one of those shows prior to the draft, and where they were rating the quarterbacks, and they had like a 5-minute conversation with him.
Yeah.
What a nice kid.
Oh.
Now, either of these, he's the biggest actor in the world.
I don't think so.
But
I
he
think
came
he's a
across
good
as
kid.
being really genuinely good and very bright. You got to be bright to be a quarterback.
Yeah.
And to have
Yeah, I
this
was,
happen, this really stinks. And
Really
he was off
impressed
to
by
a
him.
great start.
Really impressed by him. I was impressed by him too after the hurricane when he donated his first game check
Yep.
to actually the cafeteria workers who had lost their homes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
No, he's a very classy young
Yeah.
man. Very
Yeah.
classy. Dante Hightower.
yeah, it's going to turn out to be a bad signing.
Well, worse than that, he's not going to play for the rest of the year.
No.
He's gone on
But
injured
This is a
reserve.
chronic knee problem.
I know it. And
too,
either he goes out and gets, if they can operate.
Yeah.
But if it's a rebuild and he's got to be out to halfway into next year,
Yeah.
it's a heck of a lot better than watching him limp around and hope. Like,
Well, I think he'll be back next year, but he I wouldn't be shocked if at the end of camp next year he got cut. Right?
he's the key to their defense.
Yeah, they need an infusion of youth.
And he's a very bright young man. You listen to him talk about defense, and he sounds like a coach.
Right.
What a shame.
Yeah, I think the Patriots will have some picks. They got the San Francisco pick. Between their pick and San Francisco, they'll definitely trade one of those down. End up with a couple of thirds, but they'll get they'll have some picks. In the
They'll
top
get some linebackers.
three or four
They
picks.
better find some linebackers
Yeah.
because what's his face went out today, long term.
McClellan. Yeah.
McClellan.
Yeah.
And boy, I'll tell you what,
Very
when it takes
thin.
you 8 to 10 weeks to get over a concussion and it reoccurs during practice,
Yeah.
this is not good.
Not a good sign.
Not good at all. In fact, it really makes us at someday have to have a talk about this concussion business in the sport.
Yeah.
Can it continue to go on at this level of violence?
Yeah, I think you see some of the hits out there that are just
Unbelievable.
still okay, okay hits.
Yeah.
They're basically helmet-to-helmet hits.
Yeah. Well, they had one on the game I was watching last week, and the referee said nothing.
Yeah.
Because they dropped the flag and they talked about it, and then they said, no, it
Yeah.
wasn't a helmet-to-helmet. Well, it certainly was.
Yeah, I think long-term it's a real issue because I know just from people I know from work that it wasn't an issue when my kids were of the age to play sports. But there really are a lot of parents that don't want their kids playing football. They want them playing basketball, baseball, soccer.
Yeah. Yeah, if my kids,
They don't want them playing football.
if my kids
And the
were that
implications
age,
of that long term.
Yeah,
Maybe,
exactly.
maybe not even in the next generation, but in 2 generations. And the
Yeah.
implications of the potential talent drain to the NFL.
I think it'll be sooner than that. Although Texas and Oklahoma and
Florida.
Georgia and Florida are still going to be hotbeds of football.
Sure.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, Western
But you
Pennsylvania.
know, they say that there's a helmet that's much safer, but the guys won't wear it because, you look like something from outer space with it.
Yeah.
They're going to have
Well,
to, they're going to be told they got to wear it.
I hear they're actually experimenting with a concept that personally I've been talking about for 5 years, which is the idea of having a soft helmet instead of a hard helmet.
Yeah.
A helmet that absorbs the hit,
energy, yeah.
the energy, versus 2 hard helmets that hit and actually create even more energy, and
Shock
more impact to
waves,
the head.
yeah. Boom.
But have one that absorbs the blow,
Yeah.
so it doesn't create that concussive whiplash.
I think one
in
of
the
these
brain.
big ones has
Yeah.
got a soft,
Yeah.
like liner over the outside of it. Yeah.
Right. Or even some kind of, soft and suspension in there that absorbs
Yeah.
shock.
Yeah. Ear pads or something.
Something,
in there.
yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be something.
Get some give to it, but
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, they're going to have to do something.
The other thing that causes concussions is the violent stop. So even a clean hit, you're running full speed and you just take a full force, and just the whiplash effect to your brain of being hit and stopped dead in your tracks.
Well, I think also tumbling backwards and on the back of your head.
Hitting the field.
Yeah, I mean,
But again, couldn't helmet technology
it's got to be.
help that?
There's got to do something. And I think they're going to be forced
I think
to.
it's going to be a helmet that's totally different than today. It's going to
think you're right.
absorb the hit rather than
And,
deflect the
and
hit.
do you know what's going to cause? You know what's going to cause the NFL to finally do something? The morons in Washington are finally going to get. Oh, I can make some points with the folks back home. I think I'll talk about football being dangerous.
Yeah.
And then the NFL, they're very litigious, money-oriented, will wake up and say, oh, if these idiots down in Washington have figured it out,
Yeah.
normal people will too, and we better think about modifying the game.
Yeah, they should. This is one of the things that should be high on their agenda.
Yeah. David Backus, hockey. Too old, too many miles on a body that
Bad sign.
he used very physically in a contract that's too long and too expensive.
Yeah, bad signing.
Another very stupid mistake by Neely, Sweeney, and Jacobs.
Yep.
Not exactly a trio that goes to the Thursday night Mensa meetings. At least I've never seen them there.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I didn't get that contract at the time. I get it. He's a locker room blood and guts type. But the length of the contract and the money
No, I mean,
involved
he's going
was
to be
just,
he's going to be with he'll have a walker and
What's he
he'll
got,
still
like
be collecting.
3 more
I
years
think he
after
gets
this?
6 years total.
He gets 6
Yeah.
total. So he's in the second year of that
Yeah,
deal?
and boy, oh boy. And I got to tell you something, diverticulitis is painful.
Yeah, pretty serious condition.
Yeah. And this could affect his health for the rest of his life. He can't screw around with this.
Right.
I got to get out there for the team. You can't look at that. I got to stay home for my kids, is what he's going to say.
It's not if, it's only a matter of when this contract becomes dead money on their cap.
And that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Chris Hogan, if he's out any amount of time for the Patriots, this is really going to hurt.
Yeah, they're thin at wide receiver. Despite the abundant wealth we seem to have going into training camp, we're thin.
And you know,
so I think he'll be okay. I think he was probably the biggest beneficiary of the bye week.
Yeah. For a big guy.
I thought his arm was going to be broken after that hit last week. Just a full-on helmet right to the bicep.
Yeah, I bet he's got a hell of a bruise.
Yeah, I'm sure he does, but he's had 2 weeks now, so I think hopefully he's...
For a big guy, and it's not a little guy with these cute little zigzag moves, but he's got some straight ahead speed, reasonably good hands, but he's got this ability to get free.
Yeah, I think he runs good patterns.
Yeah, very good patterns. And this obviously, he works out with Brady all the time because they know each other's moves.
Yeah,
I just think
he's acquired Brady's trust, which is not an easy thing to do.
Which brings me to my next subject. Philip Dorsett.
Yeah.
Have the Patriots filed a missing persons report with the Foxborough police yet?
I don't know, but I would hope he's putting in the extra time.
That's what it said in the paper today.
And I would
There's
hope
a story about him in the paper.
He and Brady used the bye week to kind of get
and
realigned
Belichick really threw a dozen kisses at him. He's a hard worker. He's a smart kid. He's really trying to pick it up. We're getting to the point, they're getting more and more faith in him and all that.
He's got some skills. He's fast.
Yeah, it's called speed.
Yeah, he's fast. So, yeah, it would be nice if he became more. It would address what is
some shortcomings on that team.
Receiver,
Charlie McAvoy looks like the real deal.
Yes, he does.
And Brandon Carlo looks like a very solid defenseman, too. So the Bruins have got 2 young defensemen.
Yeah, I like what they're building.
And what I've seen of O'Gara when they bring him up, plays solid, boring, dull hockey. But it's effective.
Right.
So maybe, just maybe.
I think they got some pieces there.
Yeah, the forwards are hopeless, but...
Well, we'll see what happens with some, play the kids. I just wanted to play the kids.
Yeah.
Backus is out.
That's fine.
You got another spot.
He's out.
Play the kids.
Yep. Bring him up. Jonathan Kraft. I happened to hear him on the radio the other day. A study in candor. You know how the Patriots really create a mist and a fog around everything they do? They said to him, Jonathan, can we ask you about Jimmy Garoppolo? He says, you can ask me anything.
Huh, that's interesting.
And they said, did you folks, you and your dad, have anything to do? Did you have to bless this? And he said, I've told you this in the past. He says, I'm going to tell you it again. All football decisions are made by Bill Belichick and Nick Cesario. Dad and I have nothing to do with it.
Really? I believe that too, actually.
I do too.
Yeah.
I don't think Belichick would have it any other way.
I agree. And
I think he's done enough good things so that Kraft says to himself, look at the mess in Cleveland. Look at the idiot out in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Look at all these things when the owners think they know what they're doing.
Right.
Baloney.
Yeah.
I got the smartest guy in football. I'm going to go out and tell him what to do.
Right.
It's just so stupid.
Right.
Yeah. But I was impressed for the first time with Jonathan Kraft. He said, you can ask me anything. And he answered it without...
I think the whole thing is, I think Belichick's been pretty straight with it. I think he went into the season, he had the ultimate insurance policy. As he said, he had the best quarterback situation in the game. You never know. He's coming off the Super Bowl. In the offseason, maybe he thinks Brady has 1 year left, 2 years left, 3 years left. I think he's looking at Tom Brady now and saying, this guy's going to play 3 more years.
Forever.
He might very well play till he's 45.
Yeah.
And he may make, and that's the question is, if it ever came to the point where Bill wanted to move on from Brady, does he really just tell Kraft that he did that? Or I think Brady's in a separate category.
I think
That
he is.
he would have to talk to Bob Kraft before
Definitely. He talks to Bob Kraft every day.
All the time.
So, I mean, it's never going to be a Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be. That either.
But I would suggest to you, Bill Belichick may retire. If Brady retires, he may retire.
Yeah.
Or he's got an ego the size of North Dakota and says,
yeah.
I'm going to show everybody I can win without Brady.
I think it's the latter.
I think you may have
I think it's the
something
latter. I mean, but that all depends on how long Brady goes.
there. It also depends on.
If Brady goes another 4 years.
Do you know Belichick is 65? I mean, it
Yeah.
all depends on how he feels
Right.
at 67 or 68.
Right.
You know, the aging process is a tricky thing.
It is. I'm figuring him for 5 more years. So
Yeah,
He'll coach till he's
I think
70.
you're right. And I think he'd love to see Brady retire.
I do too.
And then say, all right, now watch what I do, guys.
I do too. I think he would, this idea that his legacy and Brady's legacy are
They're
joined
intertwined.
at the hip.
Yeah. I think they
I
always
think
will
he
be.
appreciates that, but he'd also like to establish his own.
Exactly. Yeah. But
But conversely, he's got to realize if he gets to that situation and he's got a 2 or 3 year window and he doesn't do it, then that further cements the idea that he's who he is because of Brady.
that's right. Yeah.
So there's
Which
some
isn't the worst situation in the whole wide
he's still
world.
got the rings, right?
Yeah, that's
So
exactly
that's
right.
The bottom line's the bottom line.
By the way, there was some talk on the idiot shows that
Not this one then.
not this one.
Okay.
The straight scoop here.
Yeah.
That Kraft did lay down the law that you'll never trade Brady.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And again, I think it's more conversational than edict.
Sure. And
Right.
but by the way, even if those two had that conversation, no one would ever know.
No.
Neither one of them
No,
is going to
that's
talk about it,
absolutely right.
and it's going to be one-on-one in one of their offices.
That's right. No question about
Let's
it.
change the subject.
Okay, let's move on.
Tony La Russa to Boston.
Yeah, what a surprise to me.
This is a bad deal.
Yeah.
How would you
don't
like
get
to
it.
be Cora and have this guy jamming analytics down your throat and telling you how to run the clubhouse? It's going to be a long summer for Alex.
Yeah. Now we'll see how that goes, right? I mean, you hear differing reports of what he did in Arizona. So when La Russa went to Arizona, right, he was in charge initially. Mm-hmm. And then that didn't work out so well. And so they replaced him with their current general manager who came from here. I forget his name.
No, is it Hoya?
Yeah, it might be.
Might be, yeah.
But they kept him around in supposedly this type of role, just as
Exactly.
a consultant, a sounding board, yada, yada, yada.
Sort of like Uncle Junior in
Yeah.
the Sopranos.
And they thought it worked.
Yeah.
They were happy with it. They thought he performed.
I wonder why he left
So,
then.
I don't know why they feel Cora needs that.
I don't either.
I mean, yes, he needs a bench coach, which they got one that they think highly of. So, I mean, it's baseball. Come on now. It's about managing the players, right?
Well, now I think you may have hit on it. Because I think they want some tough dude to handle Price.
Well, that could be.
And certainly La Russa comes with the reputation of being a tough dude.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Price and potentially Hanley.
Where is Austin Carr, the phenom of the preseason, the wide receiver for
Yeah.
the Patriots? He's on the New Orleans roster. No stats, but he's been active weeks 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Okay.
That was on the website. So
He
who
did have a
knows?
good camp. I thought he might make it, actually.
I thought so too.
As
Yeah.
it turns out, we could have used him.
Yes. Jerry Jones is my new hero. Never thought I'd say that.
Yeah.
And here's something else I didn't think I'd say. Tony Romo is an old quarterback and a rookie analyst. But I got to tell you something, he's the best analyst on TV.
Yeah, I like him too.
Yeah, I always like Chris Calderwood.
Yeah, Collingsworth. Yeah.
Collingsworth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always thought he was the best. And I
Yeah.
think for some reason, John Madden, I love John
Yeah.
Madden.
Right.
But I'll tell you, this Romo breaks down the game.
He does. He
Boy.
does. You can tell he does his homework before
Yeah.
the games. He watches all the tapes. And he
cover
studies.
2, and now they're in
Yeah.
cover 1. And look, he said, when he makes a move, that's going to pull the safety over, and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Well, let me tell you something. Probably a lot of people are watching that and saying, what the hell is he talking about? But to a fan,
Yeah.
somebody
I
that
think he's
watches
good.
it and appreciates, this guy really is extremely bright.
Yeah, he makes predictions based on what he sees right before the snap on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And he's usually right on.
Boy, is he ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the emphasis on concussions these days, why do football players continue to whack each other on the helmets after every play?
Yeah, it's the game.
That's it.
Right.
That's got to be it. When will the Premier League, British Soccer, mandate the wearing of helmets? By the way, there is a lot of concern over in the Premier League about concussions.
I would think so.
And this degenerative brain business.
Yeah.
And guys playing soccer.
Yeah.
Now-
I mean, those headers, you ever had?
Yeah.
You had those balls.
And they don't just
are-
stick
those-
your forehead there. It's boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I often wonder about that
I know it.
because it's not like it's a little tennis ball or something. Those are.
Yeah.
I remember I coached soccer.
And
for my
they had
kids,
that ball's
and-
hard.
Yeah.
3 years ago, the NFL's approval rating was 64%. Mm-hmm. Now their approval rating is 46.
Yeah. It's
Reversed.
that's quite a drop actually in the numbers.
What will happen? Now, if somebody gets a bright idea and says, the NFL, blah, 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 the hell with it. I'm organizing a boycott of all these jerseys and all this crap they sell in the NFL stores.
Yeah.
What will happen then if
Merchandise-
those sales
merchandise
drop
sales are huge.
15 or 20%? I'll tell you
Which
what,
they probably will. I mean, I would
could-
think it would be
in fact,
a trailer. to
I
that
will
kind of-
predict it'll be like the Old West or the Deep South. There'll be a lynch party,
Yeah.
and Goodell will get hung.
Yeah.
They're not, the owners of professional football are not going to allow that to happen.
No, things are absolutely trending the wrong way.
Yeah, when you take money out of their pockets,
Right.
they're going to hit back.
Right.
Of all the people on the talking head shows on TV,
Yes.
there is one that just drives me nuts.
There's a few to choose from. So which one are you talking about?
Coach Cowher.
Coach Cowher. Yeah.
He looks like a sleazy, disbarred lawyer with his off-the-rack suits and his black athletic shoes with white soles. Who do you suppose dresses him?
Yeah, I don't know. He's probably, I would assume he has clothing contracts.
You would think, but he's wearing stuff that looks like it came off the rack at
Yeah.
Gentleman's Warehouse, for heaven's sakes.
Yeah.
Oh, what a... And
Yeah,
that
I
is
just don't think he's that good.
I don't either.
I know he coached, he won a Super Bowl or two, but I just
But
don't
does
think
he ever
he's
break
that
down
good.
plays
No.
and explain them like Romo does?
No, he doesn't.
No. Give
I'm
me-
not sure what his value really
I don't.
is.
I can tell you, it's close to zero.
Yeah.
All right. The Red Sox flame out in the playoffs,
Once again.
and the World Series goes to the Astros. I think
Yeah.
that's the story.
It was a great World Series.
The story of the year, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, the Astros, good team.
Yep.
Well managed in the World Series. Their bullpen just collapsed. Mm-hmm. And yet, he was able to, bring in starters and AJ Hinch. I thought he did a great job managing in that World Series. But it was really a compelling World Series, even though some of the games were very long.
Yeah.
And
Altuve is.
I hope he gets the MVP.
I
He
hope
should
so
get
too.
the MVP.
I hope so too.
I know Judge, you can make a case for Judge, a legitimate case
Well,
for Judge,
I don't know.
but I think
about
it's
that.
Altuve. Judge's day will come.
Yeah. Then there's the firing of John Farrell. Mm-hmm. I think that was preordained before the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think John Henry said to Dombo, he goes, he's not our kind of guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they had made up their mind before.
Yeah.
Yeah, the question would have been, what if they had, made it to the World Series
I
and
think
lost?
they still would have
Right.
dumped him. I really and truly do. I think, though, that, all right, now here comes a real wild one. They're still in the series. They're in the series and they lose at the end. But the Yankees have already dumped Joe Girardi.
Yeah.
Do the Red Sox then fire Farrell and go for Girardi rather than Cora?
I don't think so. I think
You don't
Cora
think so?
was the hot name.
Yep. I have a list of things why Cora was the hot things. He's a minority and will allow John Henry to sleep at night. He's a yes man. He loves analytics. He's young. He can speak Espanol. And he knows how to cook fajitas.
Really?
I don't know. I made that up.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people in the game like him. I remember him as a veteran player, bounced around. He played here for a couple of years. Yeah, he was very well respected.
He was. And he was a better than fair pinch hitter, left-handed. I know he came up with some key pinch hits. I like him.
So I think this is a tough town. I think he had a great job as a bench coach with the World Champions.
And I would love to have seen him wait 2 more years.
Yeah.
Sit on that job with Hinch for a couple more years. I mean, he's only 41 years old.
if you're managing and take a job in Milwaukee or Seattle
Kansas City
or Kansas
you know,
City,
there were people who don't even pay any attention to baseball.
right.
Yeah.
But you can still have a chance to have a decent team,
Or go to a AAA ball club and manage that.
Yeah. But you don't walk away when the Red Sox come calling. So, of course you take the job.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. It's a dream job.
Right.
And I'm sure that he picked himself up, I don't know, $3.5 million a year
Easy. Yeah, I would say.
for 5 years.
Yeah.
So
Right.
why not?
Right.
The winter of David Price's discontent. Watch what happens in spring training when Price pulls the Alfred E. Newman what me worry stuff.
Yeah.
As he minimizes his behavior. Oh, it was all racially motivated or something. And sticks his nose in the air and acts as though nothing will happen. He'll also refuse to talk with Dennis Eckersley. For you see, he's not going to accept responsibility. But here's the bottom line. His teammates will overlook his arrogant behavior, I think, but the fans won't.
Yeah. My advice to him would be shut up and pitch.
Exactly. Right? Exactly.
And we've talked before, there's a model out there of how he could turn it around in Boston. It's called John Lackey. Right? John Lackey was probably at a very similar level of disrespect from the fans.
I loved him.
And he turned it around.
Yep.
He went out, cleaned up his act, worked hard.
Old war horse.
Showed up and just pitched.
Yep.
Shut up and pitch.
Yep.
Right?
How does Dombo reshape this team that I think is a mess right now? First base, second base, shortstop, third base, all require some work. They need a backup outfielder. I don't like their catches, but that's me. The bullpen needs attention, especially if Addison Reed walks.
Yeah, they need to re-sign him.
They need a couple of power hitters, but where do you play them? And do you trade for them, or are you going to go in the free? There's really
not that much power.
Boy,
on the
there
free
isn't
agent
much.
market,
Kansas City's got 3 of them.
So first of all, I think they're going to get more power out of the team they have. I think they all had down power years last year.
Well,
Bogarts hit 8?
Yeah, and he'll probably hit 12.
Right.
I don't know what's wrong with him,
but they need more.
Yeah.
And they're going to spend money. It could be at first base. So you got Hosmer, but Hosmer's a nice player.
Nice player.
But he's not a, quote, power hitter. He's a 280, 22 homer guy.
He is Mitch Moreland, but he hits 60 points higher.
Right.
But he's going to give you what Moreland
can
give
play
you? 23
defense.
home runs,
Yeah.
80 RBIs, and that's him.
Right.
But he's going to hit 310 rather
Right.
than 240.
Right.
Yeah. Is that what you want? I don't know.
Yeah.
But
But it's striking to watch the playoffs and the home runs in the playoffs. I mean, it was
that
just,
ball is juiced.
Yeah.
You got to be kidding me.
But that's what you're competing against.
Yeah.
And if you're going to try to do that by stringing singles and doubles together,
Yeah.
it's a tough
I
go.
know. The bullpen bothers me too because we fall in love with some of our stuff here.
Yeah, I
in
think they got
town,
the
and-
basis of a bullpen. I think they really need to get a quality left-handed reliever.
There's
in
no
here.
doubt about that.
And and re-sign Addison Reed. I think if you do that, you've got the makings.
Just
I think Kelly took a good step this year. Can he take another step
He's
next
got
year?
to discover the plate. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that. But
So I think the bullpen they can fix if they can get a lefty.
yeah,
But they don't have a lot to trade. That's,
what's bothersome here is that they've just Addison Reed. They don't even talk about him.
yeah. Well,
Is he already gone?
I don't
Has he
care if
already
they don't
told
talk
them
about
I
him.
didn't like Boston?
I don't know, but they need to re-sign him. Or there's going to be other relievers out there. So building a bullpen's a tricky thing.
Do you know what,
because you
old
look
timer?
at-
I got something for you that I'm going to give you, if I can find it.
Yeah.
You can study this. Major League Baseball free agents.
Okay.
Next time we talk,
Yes.
we'll have a little bit better idea.
Good. Yeah, I think they avoided the luxury tax, so they have the money to do something.
Oh, by the way, real quickly, because I know we're just about out of time, but new luxury tax. This is what I
Yeah.
kept talking about last year. Now here it is.
Yeah.
And they've said we don't have to worry about going over the cap any longer.
Right.
So I think the Red Sox will go out there with money, but what's it going to bring them?
Right.
Moustakas is it's going to require a king's ransom
Yeah.
to bring him in.
I wouldn't overpay for him.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've got the kid at third.
Yeah, Rafael Devers.
Devers is
Yeah.
your future at third.
Well, he's going to be in the lineup someplace. I'm
Right.
not convinced he's a third baseman, but
Is
it
he
may
the-
be a first baseman.
Maybe a first baseman.
Yeah. But, well, folks, we've done it. We've run out of time.
Yeah.
And we still got a ton of stuff to talk about. We're just going to have a show again.
Have to reconvene.
Another couple of weeks, and we'll be back at you. Listen, have a great one. Go Pats.
Go Pats.
Go Pats.